We live. Okay, we live. Episode 3, Lucious Wins Podcast. I'm Pandemic Proof Lou. And with me tonight, one of my best friends in comedy and outside of comedy. Give it up
right.
Chris Crowder.
What's up, Lucious? What's going on, baby? Tell me something, baby. Yes, sir.
Hey, I'm over here chilling, sir. How you been?
I'm with the great Lucious tonight.
This nigga he's got the energy tonight. Got the time. That's what's up.
Man.
How you doing,
bro? Gray hair, Lucious, man.
I didn't even know you had that much gray.
I try to hide it, dog.
You can Beijing the fuck out of your damn head.
I don't need Beijing no more. I go to Lowe's and get black paint. Beijing can't do nothing for this gray no more, man.
I got like 5 grays, and that shit is fucking.
Don't touch them either, dog. They spread.
Bruh. Like
they spread like crazy honkies at the Capitol.
Look, my cousin the other day, he was like, nigga, you got some lint in your beard. I was like, nigga, that's a gray hair, bro. That's where I'm at with it.
And look, all this is great, dog. You know better hold it. I don't even want to go swimming no more, dog.
Nigga, your ass will be on that show and tell. That's the game I play.
I'm buying me about 5 rayon shirts this summer, dog, and have them open.
Some Gucci glasses.
and a chain with a Uzi, a charm on it.
And a vitamin water bottle full of Xannies, nigga.
You make me happy.
Man.
No, man. Yeah, man. Tell me something good, man.
Nothing, man. I had you on the show because I believe you're interested, man. You got a story to tell.
Yeah.
And so we just gonna shoot the shit. You know what I'm saying? I want people to find out about all my friends, you know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Especially with y'all doing shows and shit. You know, like I want motherfuckers to look out for y'all. You know what I'm saying? The same way I hope this platform can push me. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So I'm happy to be able to share that with you.
Yeah, man. I sure appreciate it, man. I thank you so much, man. First of all, for what you done did, man. And what people don't understand about my boy Lucious, man, is the growth that you done had on stage, man. I'm telling you, man. Hey, dog, they missing the treat. They missing the treat.
Bro,
man, I done seen you grow, dog. I'm talking about, man, you growing like that good shit in Colombia, man.
Hey, man. I appreciate you, brother. I appreciate all the advice you gave me too. Look, I'll talk about the first time we met. We was doing some old rinky-dink ass show. It was on 4th Street. You remember this shit?
Yep. I remember that shit.
And I was the host. And they were like, yo, this dude named Chris Crowder is going to headline. I'm like, all right. And the girl asked me, had I hosted before? And I said, yeah. I had never hosted before. So I ain't know what the fuck to do. So I'm asking everybody before the show, so what do I do? Yeah. They're like, yo, you got to go ask the headliner how much time he's doing and all this other stuff, right? Mm-hmm. So I come over to you, and I'm nervous in the motherfucker. I'm like, how you doing, Mr. Crowder? He's like, man, I'm Chris, man.
Right.
I'm like, all right, well, Chris, how much time you gonna do? I'm gonna do about 45, 50. He's like, do you need anything from me? Yeah, nigga, go out there, just be you and be funny.
That's it, baby.
Nigga, when I say I stunk that shit up, nigga, nigga, I was not funny that night. I didn't know it was a church event. I'm over here cussing my ass off.
Hey, but I mean, you know, and then you fast forward, we traveling, we go down somewhere and we just fuck it up. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Oh man.
You know,
man, it's way better. It's
right.
Way better on the other side.
But you have to go through that. You know what I'm saying? Sure. Everybody think what we do is like is 100% guaranteed, man. This is the hardest of any type of entertainment.
Why is it hard? Why is it hard?
We got to fight. It's a war every time we get on that stage, man. Right. You know, and I get to make you like me just like that.
Right. And you ain't got no band, no instruments.
Just me.
Just you.
Yeah. And that's what I try to tell people. Like, I mean, you can write all night. We can come up with the coldest jokes, but at the end of the day, I'm in the crowd watching you. Are you in the crowd watching me, man? You know, at the end of the day, it's just you.
Right.
You know.
Yeah, it's very difficult.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? And then sometimes you get tired of telling the same joke.
Right.
That shit gets old real quick.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Exactly.
so we're gonna go into your comedy career, sir.
Just go, dog. Just
Who got you in
hold on. Let me tell the office they be. Hey, just a little bit. I'm
Lucious
over
West
here with
podcast?
Lucas.
He about to whoop some babies. Y'all finna see some some live shit.
Why people get disrespectful when they know you about to get on stage? This whole house was quiet for about 3 hours now. And then I said, look, I'm gonna get on with Lucious. Woo! Lucious!
He's so disrespectful, man. So disrespectful.
Man. I'm
That's
telling you.
hilarious. That's hilarious.
Let's
All
go,
right,
baby.
let's get to your comedy shit, man. What inspired you? What got you into comedy? Who were your influences?
You know what, man? Like I try to tell everybody, man. A lot of people think we picked this. You know what I'm saying? Like we woke up and like, man, I'm gonna be a comic. But this thing weighs on you. You know what I'm saying? Like
Right,
this thing starts in elementary school. You know, joking on the school bus, then
right.
middle school.
That's survival though.
That's survival, man. You know what I'm
Everybody
saying?
do that in middle school, but you gotta have a good one though.
And the worst public schools you go to make you the best comics, you know what I'm saying? Because
Mhm.
you're going to see all kinds of faces and everything, you know, and you got to defend yourself, you
Right.
know. And then once you get into high school, man, it's a story out there, man. I had this old boss, and he looked at me one day. He said, "Man, I graduated about the same time you did." I said, "Okay." He's like, "I remembered you." He said, "We went on a college tour. Okay, bunch of high schoolers." He said it was this little dude that came through and rolled out the entire staff, the entire schools. And he said this dude went through like an AK-47 just joking on people. I said, dang, for real? He was like, and it was you. He said, I remember you after 20 years. He said, I was standing there with my girl. He said, you broke my kicks down so bad, she didn't even want to be with me no more.
Oh
You
man,
know, and
that's
you
cool.
don't see that, but I mean, it's all practice, man. You know what I'm saying? It's all timing and getting in front of people, man. You know, and it's just in you. It
Yeah,
really is, man. It's just in you. Like people be like, man, I can't see how you do it. You can't do it if you weren't picked to do this, man. I didn't pick this; it's picked us.
yeah, for sure, for sure. Cause I mean, shit, I ain't the greatest fighter. I ain't finna be 20-0. You know what I'm saying? Like, nigga, I had to have a different way, nigga. And I
Right,
wasn't a super athlete. Like, I was like,
right.
man, I'm gonna roast the fuck out you though. I
I'm
might be
telling
a
you, I
bit of a
kill
bitch,
you.
nigga, but I'm gonna get a
I
star
kill
player
you.
hot ones.
I kill you. You know, we were them type
Yeah,
of people that step in the room, they be like, ain't nobody messing
yeah,
with you.
bro. Yeah,
On
here,
with your
here
little
this
joke,
nigga
dog.
come.
On
Here he
with your little joke, dog. Yep.
So who'd you grow up on?
Man, all the greats, you know, grew up on, records first.
Mm.
Uh, your mom and pops have Red Fox or something, you sneak and do that. Um, man, I remember when they went to the movie rental place. This is telling my age now. You go rent some movies. Yeah, I don't think these new kids even know about renting movies. You got to actually drive to a place to rent a movie. Man, she brought home Raw, and she was like, "Don't you watch this?" Okay.
Nigga. That's the one you
And
gotta watch.
like she had to work it like a double that night or something. Man, I threw it in there. I was like, I don't know what he's doing, but I want to do that.
Man. Yeah,
I
that
want to
crowd
do
was
that.
lit.
Right,
Ran
man.
too.
It just and then when you see it live, man, it's like I don't
Yeah,
know how I'm gonna get there, but I got to get on that stage, man.
yeah, man. So your influence all the greats. When did you start doing that? How long you been doing it?
I've been doing it going on 12 years now. And
12 years.
so my journey was like I got married early, you know, beautiful, great wife, had kids. I started my family early. That's what it was. And so by the time I got 30, man, I felt some type of emptiness, like this job ain't where it's at. This ain't what my calling is. And I said, by the time I hit 30, I got to change my life. And so I got on a website, some website like Comedy School. Seen our local comedy caravan, Adam White. was teaching comedy classes. Went through it, fell in love, man, and it was just on from there.
Hmm.
You know, hooked up with some good people, and we started a clean comedy group called the Three Married Guys. All
Okay.
of us was married and stuff like that, man. And so we would go to attack these churches and all these fundraiser places that we knew had money. It was almost we was looking more towards successful financially than the actual stage. You know what I'm saying? We
Right.
had love for the stage, but we knew this was a market ain't nobody tapped in. Okay.
Right.
And if we would have stayed consistent, I think we would have really cracked on something. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Because we was hurting them on them church circuits.
Okay.
And like I said, it was Three Married Guys, and we had hooked up with it was some girls in the West Coast called Three Married Girls, and they had been sponsored by like Tide and Don Dishwashing. They was making that bread, and we seen that, and unfortunately the group broke up.
Okay.
But man, I tell you, man, it was a good learning lesson.
So you started off doing clean shows.
Basically, yeah, that's how Adam really taught us. He was like,
Okay.
the best writers can write without cussing and doing all that. And so I practiced that, man, and I think that's what kept me working hard
Okay.
because I wanted to be crafty more than, you know what I'm saying? And so then I learned there's different crowds because I don't know, first 2-3 years, Lucious, like we was just only doing white crowds,
100%.
100%. And so you ain't even have to come up there with energy. You
Right.
go up with half jokes, man, you're gonna have a bomb ass set.
Yep.
They're gonna love you. And I had to learn that white people like laughing at us,
Right.
Which that's cool. But when you go to them black shows, man, you got to work your ass off.
And bruh, I didn't my first couple of years, I did not do, and it wasn't that I was avoiding doing black shows. I just didn't know where none were at because I started in the comedy club.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So it might be like some chocolate Sunday shit or something else, that you can go to it'd be like every once in a month.
Yeah.
The black crowd in the comedy club. So
yeah.
Yeah, I didn't know what it was like. I always wanted to look for the black room. I just know what it was at.
Right.
Until you start linking up with comics and whatnot.
Right, exactly. And the thing about it, my first black show was probably the worst, but it was the best because it was a learning lesson. So I hooked up with Meech Dog. Okay. It's the first time I met Meech. Meech was like, yo, I'm hearing your name out here, right? I'm like, okay, we doing something, I don't know you, but I want to do black shows. He was like, won't you come down here to Coles and do Sunday night with me? All right. He said, you're gonna be the feature. I got a dude from Indianapolis gonna be the headline. All right, cool. I go down there, the crowd was 45 and over,
Older crowd.
Older black crowd, they think they funny anyway.
Right.
You really got to smack them in the mouth off top.
Right.
I ain't know none of this. You know what I'm saying? I did not know. So I go up there with that white people crowd energy, and I bombed so bad. I even told them on stage, damn, I'm bombing. And the place erupted. The place erupted, right? And Meech is old Def Jam ass host. So when I get off stage, Meech killing me. Say, look, nigga over, boy, he bombed, didn't he? The crowd is dying. You know what I'm saying? I'm back there about to cry, seriously about to cry. And the headline, I can't forget it. I can't remember his name. He's from Indianapolis, real good dude. He was like, you don't do black crowds, do you? I was like, I never have. Nobody showed me. He said, you sit right here, you watch me. He said, you got to use your body, your soul, everything you got to move these Negroes. You know what I'm saying? And you really do. And that's what I tell white comics. if you really want to tap into your whole thing, man, do a black crowd, do an older black crowd. Because they ain't gonna laugh unless
they wasn't with the fuck around when I was up there.
They ain't fucking giggling or nothing.
Bro, I was talking about being single, dating apps and shit. Them niggas looking like, nigga, we don't know what you talking about, bro. But you
don't know what you talking about, nigga.
Now, you over here laid back like you already made it or something, nigga. We paid $10 for these tickets.
Right, exactly. Exactly. Yeah. Tell me something about what we went through or something, you know what I'm saying? Them old black crowds is all.
It's like a joke or something, nigga. It's something. Talk crazy to somebody in the front row. That's what you gotta do. You gotta come out aggressive. You know what I'm saying? It's like driving in the city. You know what I'm saying? If you drive in the city, you gotta drive a little bit more aggressive than you would on some country road or something. You know?
Yeah. You know, it's like these country, like you said, these country boys come and go to the city and about lose their mind. They don't even know how to change lanes. You know, but man, it was one of the worst. Dude, I drove home. I drove home crying because I said, man, for one, I don't even. It was almost like calculus and trigonometry together. Like I ain't never seen this,
man.
You know, and it's like I know I'm gonna be in the game, but how can I? We gotta conquer this. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And so it put me in a work mode, man, and I just really had to. You know, I couldn't sleep until I killed one of them old black crowds.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
There's some old black people coming up to you saying, "Hey,
yeah,
what you doing, bro?"
Yeah. And now that I'm still blessed to do it now. You know, I gotta cherish every minute about it.
Yeah, man. Yeah, it's definitely way harder to work at.
It's way, but
that's the way you come in the building. You gotta really believe that you somebody to come in the building.
Yeah, because it don't even matter how much the ticket could be $2.50. They expect Cat Williams to come out there. They really do, though.
They to come out the bathroom of the bar and be like, "Hey,
I done put this nice outfit on there. Everybody all week I'm going out, and you ain't performing. It's like, dog, your ticket was free though. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and it don't matter. They just want you to do your best.
They do.
Don't be shy.
Right.
Do your best.
Right. You know.
But believe in your damn self so we can believe you too, nigga.
Right. And it don't when you crush any show, it's great. But it's something about them. You know what I'm saying? Something about us. When we shake them rooms, I mean, man, like I try to tell people, this is a drug that I can't explain. You know what I'm saying?
I understand drug addiction way more now than I do comedy.
Right, for real. Because people be like, are you off cocaine and they don't even think about sex? This is what this is, man. Yeah. You get a good night like this, I'm good.
Bro, ain't nothing better.
Everybody
wanting to be around you. Are that guy.
You are that guy.
You know what I'm saying?
And when you go home, you sit in bed and look in the mirror like, I'm that dude.
Yeah. And then there's nights where you like, yeah, I don't know if I got it.
But them nights make you better though. Because you're gonna go back on that stage and tear it up.
Yeah. And like conquering that stuff, you know what I'm saying? Like once you figure it out, you ain't got no fear of nothing on stage no more. Or just getting your chops together, sharpening that steel, because if you don't sharpen your steel, you gotta be witty.
You do.
You ain't witty. They'll let you know that you ain't witty and chop you up. There's always somebody funnier in the crowd, like you said.
Right. And I put it like this when I try to explain it to people. It's like hooping. Like no matter what city you go to, no matter what country you go to, you'll find the court and you'll see somebody, you'll be like, oh, dude can hoop.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like dude can really hoop. I want some of that.
Right.
You know, I think, we at a level to where if we do in the room, and all due respects to all the dudes that have made it to the top, and if I go on before them, I'm gonna try to crush it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? We do that. We do that when, our circle,
Yeah.
because I want you to do your best. So I'm going to try to have that bar just as high as I can.
Yeah. Nigga, I'm tired of going first, bro.
But you be killing it.
Yeah.
You set the tone, though.
Yeah. No, you know what I'm saying? You feel that way. Like, nigga, if I bump up, that means that, you know what I'm saying, there's a pecking order in the comedy show.
Yeah.
Usually the nigga that goes first should not be better than the nigga that goes last. Sometimes it happens.
Shouldn't be. But I tell you what, I want that dude to go as hard as he can, though.
Yeah, 100%. That makes the show better.
You see that show that we did with Brother Cognac?
Oh, yeah. Oh, that was fun, man.
It was fun, wasn't it?
Fun.
You look back at me. You looked back at me like, oh,
I gotta work tonight.
Problem tonight.
Yeah, I gotta really work.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm like, well, I'm bringing up the tray. Oh, y'all, okay. Now I really gotta work.
Yeah, because I came there like, let's go. You know what I'm saying?
Go.
Yeah, I can't wait.
And when I was, because he was riding with me, I'm like, yo, you want to do something? He was like, yeah. And I'm like, maybe he ain't ready. You know what I'm saying? Maybe he ain't, maybe he ain't into it. Maybe he just come want to support. And I get that.
Right.
But hey, dude had that gun in his back pocket, man.
He was ready. And that was ready for a better show.
I wasn't ready for him to be that ready.
I wasn't either. So I was like, oh, it's no sweat. This is light work.
We're gonna do what we do. You know what I'm saying? You
grab me a light jog. I got this.
Go home. I ain't gonna be able to fight a bird.
Man, it was. Yeah, I was like, oh shit.
Yeah.
I gotta.
I don't know the numbers as far as the pandemic last year, but I think we probably set a record with having that crowd out.
Yeah, hey, that was.
I heard people was like averaging 25. Like, dog, we ain't got like 50, 60 people at one show.
Yeah, it was packed in there. I was passed the fuck out. I was like, nope, these niggas is not trying to get me sick in this bit. I love comedy, but nigga, I don't be hacking my damn lungs up either.
Yeah, that too, man. But that's experiences, man. That we're just gonna live forever with it. You know what I'm saying?
What was the moment? What was the moment for you where you figured like, hey, I got this? Where you really had extreme confidence, because like when you get in, you have the confidence, but you only have it when it's time to have it.
When you rolling, you don't have that total confidence when you hit them adversities.
Yeah, because like you know how to comedy club, right?
Right.
And somebody be like, yo, crowd, you want time?
Right.
You say, yeah, you don't even look at the crowd. You just like, yeah, whatever. It might be 3 people sitting in there.
Right.
And then you'll ask somebody else and they'll be like, the crowd ain't big enough for
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's a different type of confidence.
Right. I'll fight any crowd, first of all. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Because I think I done been in front of me. I done been in front of 3 people, and I done been in front of damn near 3,000 people. You know what I'm saying? Now it's just like
it's nothing.
It's the love of the get. Like, people don't understand. Like, we really love this shit. You get 4 or 5 people in the garage and put me on a milk crate, man. Let's go then,
bro.
Yeah. It was one night. We was in Toledo, Ohio, and I supposed to be featuring for my partner Tim McClendon. And me and Tim was going back and forth with this thing because we was traveling a whole lot with me and him, and he was like, yo, I think it's about time for you to headline. I was like, my stuff ain't that strong with you. And plus they coming to see you anyway. You know what I'm saying? They don't really know me. And so I think it was the last show we did that week. We was in Ohio, Toledo, and somehow, man, I just walked in there and I just had that eye, man. I was like, this is me. And I'm going to control this room. It was up at, what was that place called? It was somewhere about fishing boat. It was somewhere in Toledo. But anyway, man, it was sold out. It was like an improv, about 350. And man, I tore that place up. I mean, I ripped through that place, on a different way though, Luce. You know what I'm saying? Like, my stroke. This is the stroke right here. Like, I done grown, and ever since then, man, it's like I I ain't scared of nobody.
Yeah.
You know, from coast to coast.
Right.
Yeah. Me and you get in the car right now, dog. I ain't scared of nobody.
Right. That's how I feel too. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like,
I don't care if
I think one of my moments was when
Fields in that building or nothing. Dog. I ain't scared of nobody.
oh no, I don't
You know what I'm saying? I consider myself a problem, but it was this. I'm not gonna say his name was a headliner out of New York. I was doing a weekend with him, uh, and he told me he was like, "Dog, you need to go on run that way." I'm like, cool, but I run this way. You know what I'm saying?
right.
And he
Right.
tried to ask the comedy owner, really get me off the show, but it's like,
Here I am. Now you got a problem.
exactly. You know what I'm saying? Hoopers hoop.
Yeah.
This is what we do.
Right.
You know what I'm
And
saying?
you can't like that tell you what you can't do. Like, bro, what do
Right.
you mean?
Dog, you done been on Def Comedy Jam, Comedy Central, and you can't run with me.
Like, come on.
Shit.
Yeah,
You don't
you
want
gotta be up here then.
shit,
Yeah.
So I mean, that's our mentality.
Yeah.
We got our own little clique, so you know how we gonna run anyway.
yeah.
And I want to let other comics know that out there. Don't settle for your man. It's a teamwork effort and it's an individual, but I don't want nobody to bomb.
Right.
You know,
Because that shit sucks.
right? It do.
That shit makes you question everything about why you do this. Yeah. And I can't explain that shit. I'll be sad for a couple of days. I'm like, bro, I gotta get on stage ASAP.
Ain't it the worst, man? Like the drive home.
Bro. When motherfuckers walk past you, they be like, hey, Chris, way to go. They remember your name and shit. Hey, Chris.
I'm gonna tell you like this though, Doc. It's like, especially if you riding home with another comic and he ripped it, and you absolutely shit it that night. He's trying to show you love anyway. No, I don't know what's wrong with them. They were sleepy when you was on stage.
Oh, he look out the window. He just like, yeah, they bad at night. But you see me, I killed that shit. Like, bro, we seen that shit.
We seen it. We all seen it, nigga. You know what
I
I'm
was
saying?
in the car with a dude. And I did all right. You know what I'm saying? I ain't kill it, but I did all right. And he didn't do so good. So
right.
Riding back, and he's like, hey, man, did I look sleepy out there? I just felt sleepy. I was like, no, nigga, don't act like you just didn't do motherfucker go out there and bomb.
Right.
Like, you bombed, bro. They didn't like you for whatever reason. And it's okay.
It's okay.
But to him, he was just like making up every excuse. Like, man, the sun was out. The sun was shining in. I couldn't even really. Like,
you got that.
Yeah, you bombed. It's okay.
I mean, we all from the top done been dunked on.
Bro, that shit, boy.
He is not get dunked on too many times, but we done seen cats go on stage to get dunked on, dog.
Yeah. Some of them do, bro, because they jokes ain't going nowhere and they know it.
Right. And like I try to tell people, man, and you know the cats in the town, in the city, like, man, y'all don't even really mess with us. No, we don't. Because we real students of the game.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? We take this shit, we can joke and shit like it, but we take this shit serious now.
Yeah.
You know, this
fuck off some time.
This is our life. The hell with our job. This is our life.
Right.
You know, people don't understand. We can't stop this.
Nah. And I mean, it's so hard to do, especially we work like crazy. Like, I don't live with my mom. Like, I don't, you know what I'm saying? Like, they ain't knocking nobody that does. That's kudos to you. But
right.
I got to pay bills and shit. So for me to get out of town and for me to go to LA, I got to take leave from work and shit like that. Right. It's difficult. It's different. You know what I'm saying? But it's difficult. My journey is going to be a little bit slower, and I understand that.
And the thing about it, I mean, it's your race.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And ain't nobody, you do how you do it. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I mean, I'm years in, and I love it. I wish I was at a different point. You know what I'm saying? But like you said, I got, we got responsibilities.
Yeah.
Kids, mortgages, and insurances, and
Yeah, and that shit makes it difficult. So that's nice. Well, I don't get nothing but 2-3
Super
hours.
super difficult.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
but
for
things like
motherfuckers to even know who I am and to do this shit is just accomplishment to me. I'm like,
right, but like this right here is so cool because it's gonna reach out to people,
yeah,
and while we ain't on stage, we can do this, and I think social media was built off the fact of the people that we love or want to see. We can see the backstage. We can see how they live.
right. Cause I don't want to be on it. I don't want to be the nigga on Facebook and they be like, man, he lying. Like, no, bro, no, you see me in the flesh.
It be yeah.
I'm in my
Lucious.
living room right now.
Anybody watching this, Lucious is a monster on stage, and he's almost $30, $40 ticket boy. You better come and catch him now. You better come and catch him now.
Fuck with me. For the price go up, and I
had
gonna
a
let
bad
you in
ticket to see him, and I was on the show.
You got to buy a ticket.
I had a bad ticket, and I was on the show, y'all.
Hey, man, that's how we get down, man.
Mm-hmm.
What's the lowest? How many have you quit comedy in between? You just straight?
Nope, I'm not gonna quit comedy. You know what I'm saying? I might not have shows for a while, but I'm not gonna quit comedy. I can't quit comedy. I can't. It just
a lot of people that quit, like they literally like, yo, I'm not doing this anymore.
Yeah.
But you know how addictive it is because you got people who've been doing this 40 years, quitting and doing it again.
I ain't even gonna front with myself, dog. I'm not gonna do it. You know what I'm saying? I might not do a show for some few months or something like that. I get it. I get frustrated. I ain't gonna never quit.
Yeah, for sure. What's your biggest show for you? It ain't got to be with a star. I'm just talking about in general. Your biggest show.
One of my biggest show I did a mega church in what was that called? It was down by Fort Bragg. It's in Hope Mills, North Carolina. Hope Mills, North Carolina. Fort Bragg is where the black parachuters come from. Okay, just a little backstory on that. And they had them there. I think it was two left. These was the first boys to jump in. They was in their 90s. So when we heard that, we knew we had to do something special. But it was one of these TV churches. I mean, it's thing, 10,000 probably. Baby stadium.
Right.
And they showed this thing out, and they set it up so smooth. I mean, we was on the big screens, and it's just, I mean, it was like almost a baby arena, something like that, and an amphitheater or something. But I went out there, and with us, the love of it, of course, the stage, but it's the prepping of it. It's the getting your, I'm behind this curtain and I got thousands of people, and they don't even know what's about to happen. You know what I'm saying? And shouts out to Keith McGill because he was basically my comedy coach at the time. He was like, have that in your mind frame when you behind that curtain, have it where they just don't know this is about to be a tornado come through here. And I always had kept it in the back of my mind, like not cocky, but ready. You know what I'm saying? And so I went out there, lost my mind. We all had a great show. And that was, and it's the first time I was signing autographs on CDs and shit.
That's crazy.
That's crazy.
How'd that feel?
Stupid. Stupid. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I can understand. Like, I think the first autograph was like this, because of course we was doing clean. So, like, clean makes so much money because when you do dirty comedy or whatever, edgy comedy, you might have a guy and his girl or a girl and, some of her homies or something. People bringing in families. So we talking 4-5 tickets selling at a time,
right.
And so my first autograph was like this little white kid that went to the church. He was like, can you sign my CD? I'm like, oh my God, And then what really got crazy was like the old black women in there. Oh man.
Flirting. Was they flirting? Or they trying to lure you over there?
Baby, oh God, where y'all gonna be at next week? Lord have mercy, And I'm like, I'm looking at my other dudes like, this can happen every dang on weekend.
Man.
Like, we can take over this country with this. And I'm telling you, bro, them jokes was terrible.
Church, when people from church be like, I tell you a joke, you can use this on stage. You be like, bro, that is the wackest fucking joke.
Dog. And look,
big laugh so hard in my life.
That time I went and did that show, my set is tight. You know what I'm saying? I got a tight shirt. And I'm sitting here doing these jokes, and I'm thinking in my mind, he's the whack ass shit. You know what I'm saying? And they died. You know what I'm saying? She pulled out the tambourine. Man. It is what it is. It's what they wanted.
Right.
But now, of course, we do whatever.
Right.
We do whatever now.
Yeah. I mean, my turning moment was for me, was doing straight out of comedy because y'all challenged me to do more time. I was just comfortable, in comfort breeze laziness. I was comfortable being just the host.
Right.
Y'all like, nah, nigga, you've been doing this shit too long now. You need to get up there and do some more time.
Yeah.
And it challenged me because I was like, oh, I'm ready to do 10. I guess I can pull some other shit out and fuck with it.
Right.
But without that, I wouldn't be where I'm at now.
Right. Because, me and Kev talked about it, and I'm like, well, like we got a cold point guard, but we need him to score more.
Right.
Basically, like, man, something that I don't think I ever had a bad show when you was on it, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, you could throw that stuff and like the smoothest way. Like, somebody was asking me about your comedy style not too long ago. I said, he's almost comedy jazz. Like, his stuff is so smooth. You might leave and your girl's panties still might be in the chair.
Hey.
He's a smooth cat. You gotta be careful with him.
I try.
Man, you got to, once you're in the family, you're in the family now,
Yeah.
And your style is different for so many people. Like, I can see you separating yourself from everybody, man, because your shit is so smooth.
Right. And I learned from watching you because you started off slow. You were back against the wall, foot on the wall, grab the mic stand.
Right.
Head down. I'm just going to talk a little bit.
We're going to talk a little bit. It's tough.
There's somebody going to press a button and Dynamite's just going to shoot the fuck out and here you go.
Man. And who gave me a little advice, rest in peace, to the great Spanky Brown. Okay. Spanky had snuck in there one day when I was on stage, and Spanky gave me some game-changing things that I needed to do. And never got to work with the great one, but I tell you what, I appreciate everything, he done did, man. And that's what he said. He was like, when you got 30 minutes up to, 40 minutes, whatever, just take your time.
Take your time, yeah.
Yeah, fill them out. He said, don't be scared of the silence. Because if it's silence, they listening. They ready.
Right.
And we go into it to where we got to smack them in the face all the time. It ain't. And, we shit. I done seen Lucious rock them to sleep.
And nigga, I'll be in there petrified.
Shit, man. Shit. Hey, man.
Be in there petrified.
I'm telling you, I love running with you. I love it.
I enjoy it, bro. Because every time we on the show, I just get to sit back and watch and be like, oh, he switched this around. He did this.
Yeah.
He did that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, just enjoy it as a fan.
And that's the love, because we get that front row of like, I know what he's doing.
Yeah. I know the joke.
A lot of conversation after, you know what I'm saying? Like, dang, man, you switched up your okay. I like that.
Right.
And that's what we do, man. It's just,
and then, like, when I met Kev, I didn't think he was gonna be that funny. And then he got up there and he was that funny.
You know what, man? I'm gonna just go on and take it. I'm gonna put it on me, man. I seen Kev do a Streetway show when Kev first had got in town. And man, I go up there. Streetway was still doing it at the Comedy Curve and that late night train shit. And Kev went up there and ripped it. And I was like, oh, I'm gonna go on and snatch him, because dude's real, real. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Right.
dude's real. So I got in touch with him. I'm like, I don't know who you are, but I love your writing. And he was like, who are you? I was like, don't worry, we're gonna hook up. You know what I'm saying? And then we started writing together. I was like, he writes on a whole nother level. He's got that Mamba mentality of writing, dog.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like his approach to this game is on a different level, man.
Yeah. And like just being around him and seeing like the stuff he wants to work on, what he thinks needs to be finished. Watching him prepare jokes and just the premises be funny.
Dog.
That nigga told me a premise one day.
Of course, he does me every damn day. He done called you, I know, with like the goofiest premise. And I'm like, how in the hell did you even come up with that?
Right. He's like, I put words together that don't go together. Like, nigga, I don't know how to do that. Like,
I don't know how to do that, but
talking to us like we're on the same level of genius with him.
Yeah, dog, for real.
As far as writing and putting words together and stuff.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's like your favorite rapper. Who you think Jay-Z talking to us like, yo, it's so easy, it's so simple. I mean, I just talking to the microphone. Like, bro, no, what you doing is different.
Right.
And you can tell it's different.
Like, I don't know how.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I done tried the methods, my brother. You know what I'm saying? But this fool
work
will call me in the middle of the night, be like, what about this, that, and that? I'm like, go back to bed, dog. How in the hell you even come up with that shit?
Yeah, he'd be like, yo, what do you think about
I ever heard though?
He'd be like, what do you think about a blind basketball player? And I was like, what? Where are you coming with a blind man? Like, where did you?
Doc, he called me one day. It was about 4 o'clock in the morning. He said, what about a stuttering auctioneer guy? And I'm like, what you mean? He was like, you know the guys that does the auctions. What if he stuttered real bad? I just hung up the phone. You on a whole nother level, nigga. Yeah, but I said, man, who thinks of that? You know what I'm saying? And you know, I really seen his greatness when we went out to LA. And you had some of the major BET stars, but they, you know, they are a household family too, you know. And when he tore them up, like Joe Torre, I think Joe and Guy Torre was actually in there, Kim Whitley, all kinds of people. Hey man, he had them dying. I'm like, this shit is universal. These words are universal, man.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like anybody can really do this if they really put their mind to it. Right. You know, we get this whole room of famous people over here, and he's killing them.
Man,
it was regular.
Right.
And it blew my mind, dog. It blew my mind.
Because I always I talk to him and Kimbro about this style.
Yeah.
And it's like Kimbro's over here, Kevin's over here. You know what I'm saying? It's like a totally different style, but they kill in such a different way.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like with Kev, it's jokes, it's material and stuff. With Kimbro, it's high energy.
Yeah.
And it's structured, but it's not structured.
Right.
You know, and that's how he explains it. Like it's structured, but it's not structured.
What Rick Pitino used to call that is like controlled chaos.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I, you know what I'm saying? And seeing the different crowd reactions from stuff like that.
Right. And that's a whole nother talent at its own.
Bro, that's difficult because you can't.
Right. For a man to go up there not knowing what's going to go on, and he controls that chaos. First of all, he creates the chaos.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You the main shit star. You create the chaos, then you control it.
Mm-hmm. It's like some Joker shit.
It really is, man.
Yeah.
And then don't let him be for a night where it's just unstoppable, because we don't seen that.
Right.
Where it's just been like, I'm not running behind this.
Bro, I remember one time he was hosting the show and he went up before me and did 15 minutes, killed them out, and then brought me on stage. And when I say, bro, I was missing every jump shot, every layup. I might turn the ball over 6 times.
Ain't nothing you can do.
Nothing I can do, man.
I know, man, and that's all you do is learn.
Right. Another dude
and learn at the same time, dog.
Another dude I learned and watched Slow. Slow is hilarious.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, Leash Dog's energy is crazy.
Crazy.
It just,
and then there's some brothers that it's not with the family, but outside the family that I wish could be in there, but they don't have that same mentality that we have.
Right.
There was another guy that was in the group with us, and he could, he could be great, but he don't want it. You know what I'm saying? He's kind of in his own world, but you can see potential in cats like that, though. You know what I'm saying? I told one of them. You know what I'm saying? Rico. I was like, look, play to your advantage. You short like me. You way uglier than me. You know what I'm saying? That's funny as it is. Your voice is different. You know what I'm saying? You got this DOC type voice. You know what I'm saying? You look like a little bit. Play to that. That's gonna get you rich.
Yeah, I've probably done a handful of shows with Rico.
Right.
Every time I work with Rico, like, he's super professional. You know what I'm saying? Like dropping gems, like the way to do stuff, and he's always you can tell he's a fan of comedy.
He really is. He really is a student of comedy. He's just driving a car with no steering wheel.
Right.
He's loose with it. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But I done seen him be a monster on stage.
Yeah.
He's just uncontrollable.
Right.
You know
that's hard to do, man.
It is, man. And it's
dangerous. You say one wrong thing.
Like it, Lucious, man. It's dangerous to work with him.
Man. But if you say one wrong thing.
Yeah.
That shit is over.
Right. And then they don't play by the rules. They feel like if they rolling, they need a grandstand. But the thing about it, you leave the crowd with more.
Yeah.
You know.
You want that? You can give them 25, not the 30, because you got them at 25.
Exactly. And just because you're doing good, stop it. I know it's hard. We done been there.
Yeah.
You look down and you done did 25 minutes, and it's like, damn, I just got on stage.
Yeah, because the joke before the joke that's supposed to end it probably gonna work better.
Right.
Anyway.
Right. Now here's a question right here, Doc. So people that ain't never did this, they always ask me, how do I remember my jokes on stage? And I tell them, I was like, first of all, you kind of write it out. You kind of, you got to set it. And I said, imagine when you watching the movie Iron Man, when they get the face of, he's got things going on in his helmet and shit.
Right.
I said, I'm talking to you, and I'm telling you a joke, but inside of my head, I'm going to the next one.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I'm going to the next one. How do you do yours?
First, I write it down to know what the hell I'm talking about.
Right.
And then once I write it down, I throw it out in the atmosphere, see what sticks, see what could be changed, what can be done differently. And I just keep tweaking them up. So you might not hear it the same way. It's the same joke. I'm just saying it different ways to see what works. Right. You know what I'm saying? Because I told Sean Smith told me one time. And I was like, there's a woman in a wheelchair. And, I do a wheelchair joke.
Mm-hmm.
And I decided not to do the wheelchair joke.
Right.
And I told Sean, I was like, yeah, I ain't do my wheelchair joke. He was like, why not? Like, it's one of your best jokes. I was like, because of the lady in the wheelchair. And he was like, bro, you didn't give yourself the opportunity to bomb.
Yeah. And
I was like, damn. I damn the fuck show didn't. Because she might have liked the motherfucker.
Oh, yeah.
She might have appreciated it. Now I'm doing a disservice to everybody, not putting the best joke that I done worked on for years out in the atmosphere.
Yeah.
Because I was scared. And it's just like, bro, you can't be scared doing it. Sometimes everybody ain't gonna agree with the fuck you say.
No.
If you can make it funny, that's even better.
That's it.
You know what I'm saying?
And that's our job. We got to take the difficult topics that we got, and good Lord, we got a lot of them now.
Man.
Take the difficult topics and the way we we got to turn it funny.
Yeah.
That's our job. That's our duty.
Yeah.
You know.
What's the craziest comedy story you got? Crazy shit didn't happen. Cause I done seen fights. I done seen all kind of crazy.
Fight? Would you ever with the fight?
I wasn't for that fight. No, I was up there one night and there's these two women from the army, right? Lesbian couple. And I was talking to, I think it was like Veterans Weekends, or they got in free or something.
Yeah.
And I'm sitting there and I found out, I was like, well, damn, I was in the Air Force, trying to chop it up with them while I'm on stage or whatever. Right. So they came out, wanted to buy drinks and shit. So I was like, well, damn, I'm going to go out and smoke. Went to my car, smoking in my car. I see like 5 police cars pull up. I'm like, damn, what the fuck is going on? I get out of my car, I look up, they out in front of the comedy club.
What?
And I'm like, what the So I go inside and they like, yo, them 2 girls you was just talking to try to fight the manager and everything.
At the comedy club?
At the comedy club, bro.
What, Diane now?
Yeah.
Now, wait a minute, bro. What was they fighting for?
I guess they didn't like what the sir. I think they got too drunk and belligerent, and they told them they might have to leave.
Oh my God! Oh my God! Dang, dog.
Bro, that shit was crazy. And they got him out of there. Got him out of there. It was crazy.
Yeah, I mean, we didn't. Yeah, I didn't seen a bunch of them, man. I didn't. This wasn't on me, but when we had the improv, I knew comedy was special because we had the improv, and Bob that ran it up there, he would let us come in, but we couldn't sit down. We had to stand on the side. And I came in one day, Lavelle Crawford was there, and that's the first time I actually seen somebody make a man throw up. Dog, I put this on everything. He was hitting that crowd so hard, and he wouldn't let up. It was like, Lavelle, let these people breathe. Dude stood up and just threw up all on the table. I said, damn, man. When do you get that? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
We all know the greatness of Lavelle Crawford. Like, your jokes are not difficult.
Right.
You know, that's how hard they are. Like, they ain't some big lavish Chris Rock, Jerry Seinfeld, Dave Chappelle joke. These are 1, 2, 3 jokes, and he's busting them. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And he's so cold with it. That was the first time I ever seen something really crazy go down Comedy Caravan. But I'm on stage headlining at a crunked out Eric Kimbrough show. And I got to say it's because it's rest in peace, Ma Duke. You know what I'm saying? Miss June, Eric Kimbrough's mama. And it's rightfully so today because I'm up there headlining. And I have never seen this happen. Matter of fact, Larry Starks from Lexington was featuring. So Larry had the stage hot. You know how crazy Larry is. And so I get up there. There's a black and white dude, both of them about 6'6", about 300 pounds. You talking about, these are 2 linemen. Right. And they go at it. Now, I looks around the area. It wasn't nothing but like older people there. You know, Eric gets the whole, from 25 to 75 in there. Right. And they just happened to be around the older people.
I was at a Kimbrough show one time, and 7 people in wheelchairs came in that motherfucker. I was like, bro. Bro. I
think it was a Muppet there.
That rap ain't never got used like that.
Doug, I'm telling you, you don't know what you're going to see at Kimbrough show now.
Bro.
So, there was about the fight Kimbrough security come. try to break these two dudes up. But what was the crazy thing about it? Right behind Kimbrough was his mama, 70-something years old, and she about to beat everybody up with her pocket. It was Kimbrough had to tell her like LeBron told his mama, sit your ass down.
This ain't where you want to be at.
This ain't where you want to be. And it's crazy because it was a learning lesson. After they get them together, it's like, okay, Crowder, how do you get this mind frame of these people back? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And luckily it was a guy that yelled out, he was like, start doing some jokes now. Now I said something like, "Are you gonna be the first nigga to get knocked out of it?" And then we got it going or whatever. But
yeah, it's weird when you get an interruption, man.
Oh man,
like a mug dropping a glass or breaking a bottle.
Yeah.
I had a mug. I don't know what she was doing. She was drinking before the show and everything, right? So I'm hosting. I'm the first dude on stage.
Right.
This heifer leans back in her chair and hits her head on the table.
On the table?
On the table. She leaned back so far. Yes.
Damn.
Smacks it in the middle of the set. And I'm like, yo, you all right? She's like, yeah, I think I need to leave now. I was like, bruh, this shit can't get no worse than that. And then try to get, because, I tell jokes. I'm elaborate with it. So,
yeah.
For somebody to knock their damn self out, essentially, and then try to walk, he got carried out of the show. And I seen that happen on the curb, and she just looked like she just got through throwing up. So,
oh, no.
After the first show.
So we talking about
bro, you got people walking in the building for the second show. This bitch is still sitting on the curb.
Rough night.
Yeah. It was a rough night, man.
Because people don't know that first show was like 7 o'clock. You did show up at 7?
He was drunk by 7:45, bro. Talking about tone the fuck up.
And you got problem. You got problem.
This is messed up. Yeah. All right, well, shit. I got one more question for you. I appreciate your time. I appreciate you coming in. My last question is, what's the best advice you'll give somebody that's never done this before that's about to do it?
Don't do it.
Hey, Lucious podcast, sign that,
goddamn. And I know this thing will keep you up at night. You know what I'm saying? This is a relationship to where you go to the bar and she's there and she's gonna tell you, I ain't shit, but you still fall in love with her.
For real. You still got some beauty in that.
She said, I might give you something, you know what I'm saying, that you want,
Well, cool. As long as there's a 50% chance I can't get it, we cool. We can do that.
Right. Nah, but you know what? If people getting into it, be a student of this thing and take your ego and put it in a chest and bury it somewhere. You're going to have a lot of bad nights. And if you don't learn from them bad nights, the thing about it, what we can tell these younger people now are these younger comics. If you don't want to get on stage after you bomb, this ain't for you.
For sure.
You know what I'm saying? And bombing is on different levels. Like have never got booed off stage.
No.
Like we done had bad nights to where we put that in the bombing category, right?
Right.
And a lot of comedians be like, oh, y'all didn't bomb. No, to us, because we got ourselves on a level that's bombing to us, right? And so if we got that where when I'm gonna come back, I'm gonna bust everybody's ass. Nobody be up in here. Because a lot of times if we have a bad night, Lucious, is we'll want to do it that night. We want to make it.
Like, hold on, I had one more joke. I know this joke will finna get you. Like, that's how you be.
For real.
That shit hurts your heart.
Yeah, man.
That's dope. Well, I appreciate your time. Where can people find you at, sir?
Man, you can get me on Instagram, Chris Crowder 79, Facebook or whatever like that. We're working on some skits, Lucious, I got some summer skits that we got to get into, man. But hey, Where Lucious is at, y'all can find me. I'm gonna be right there on the other end of the town.
Hey, my brother. I appreciate you, man. That's the
brother.
Lucious Williams podcast. I'm Pandemic Proof Lou. See you next week, same time, 8 o'clock. YouTube and Facebook Live. Fuck with me.